Imagine this. You're in the middle of traffic. Someone cuts you off. Horns blare. Your chest tightens. Or maybe a coworker takes credit for your work. Or a stranger insults you online. Most people feel their blood boil. They slam the steering wheel, snap back, or carry the anger for hours. But what if you didn't? What if you stayed calm, completely untouchable? What if nothing anyone said or did could take away your peace? The ancient Stoics believed this was not only possible, but necessary. They saw emotional control as the highest form of strength. Because when you let others control your emotions, you hand them your freedom. But when you master your emotions, you take your freedom back. Today, we'll uncover 7 timeless lessons from Stoicism that will teach you how to never get angry and how to never let anyone bother you again. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin. Lesson 1. Focus only on what you control. The foundation of Stoicism is one simple truth. Most of life is outside of your control. Think about it. You can't control the weather. You can't control traffic. You can't control what people say about you or how they treat you. You can't even fully control your health, your fortune, or your reputation. Yet, most of our anger comes from trying to control what we simply cannot. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic teachers, put it perfectly. We are not disturbed by things themselves, but by the opinions we form about them. Pause. Let that sink in. It's not the rude comment that hurts you. It's your opinion of it. It's not the driver cutting you off that ruins your day. It's the story you tell yourself about how unfair it is. Now, here's the liberating truth. While you can't control what happens, you can control how you interpret it and how you respond. Imagine 2 people standing in the rain. One curses the clouds, furious that their plans are ruined. The other smiles, enjoying the cool drops on their skin. The same rain. 2 completely different experiences. The difference? Their mindset. The Stoics trained themselves daily to sort life into 2 categories. Things within my control, things outside my control, and then they focused only on the first. When you master this, anger begins to lose its grip. Because how can you be angry at something that was never yours to control in the first place? Here's an exercise. The next time something frustrates you, pause and ask, is this in my control? If it is, act wisely. If it isn't, let it go. That question alone can dissolve half your anger instantly. Lesson 2. Refuse to take offense. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, wrote these powerful words. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. What does this mean? It means offense is optional. Someone might insult you. They might call you a name, mock your work, laugh at your ideas. But the insult itself, harmless. It's only your interpretation that gives it weight. Think about it. If a child told you the sky was green, would you rage at them? Of course not. Why? Because you don't take it seriously. So why take the words of an angry coworker or a stranger on the internet any more seriously? Words only sting if you decide they matter. No one can enter your mind without your permission. No one can steal your peace unless you hand it over. And here's the secret. When you refuse to be offended, the person trying to provoke you loses all their power. Their insult dies the moment it hits the air. The next time someone insults you, try this. Instead of reacting, ask yourself, what if I simply refuse to take this personally? Watch how quickly the anger fades, because in the end, being offended is a choice. And you can choose differently. Lesson 3. Understand that people act from their own knowledge. Why do people act the way they do? Why do they lie, cheat, insult, betray? The Stoics believed it's because people act from their own limited understanding. They don't act from wisdom. They act from ignorance, from habit, from fear, from flawed beliefs. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning, "When you wake up, expect to meet selfish, arrogant, dishonest, jealous people. They act this way because they don't know what is good or evil." Pause. Think about how freeing that is. If someone wrongs you, it's not always about you. It's often about their blindness, their lack of wisdom, their struggles. Does this excuse their actions? Number. But it does make their behavior less personal and easier to forgive. Imagine you're walking down the street and a small child bumps into you. Would you get furious? Number. You'd smile, realizing the child didn't know better. The Stoics invite us to see all people this way, not as children, but as humans acting from their level of understanding. Some wiser, some more ignorant, but all shaped by forces we often can't see. When someone angers you, try asking, "What would I see if I could step into their shoes?" What pain or ignorance drives this action? This doesn't excuse the wrong, but it transforms your reaction. And often, anger dissolves into compassion. Lesson 4. Life is too short for anger. Seneca, another great Stoic, wrote these haunting words. It's not that life is short, but that we waste so much of it. Think about that. Every hour spent in anger is an hour of life you will never get back. Every moment you spend replaying an insult in your head is a piece of your life, gone. Imagine being on your deathbed. Will you care about the driver who cut you off? The coworker who talked behind your back? The rude comment from a stranger? Number. You'll wish you had spent more time in peace, in joy, in presence. Picture two people. One holds on to every slight. They seethe in traffic. They explode at dinner. They carry resentment like a stone in their chest. The other learns to let go. They smile at annoyances. They brush off insults. Their days are lighter. Both live the same number of years. But only one truly lives. Here's a simple reminder. Whenever you feel anger rise, whisper to yourself, "Life is too short." That phrase alone can shrink your frustration back to size, because time is your most precious possession. Don't give it away to anger. Lesson 5. Insults reveal more about them. When someone insults you, what are they really revealing? Not your truth, but theirs. A liar calls others dishonest. An insecure person calls others weak. A cruel person accuses others of cruelty. It's projection, a mirror of their own flaws thrown onto you. Epictetus reminded his students, "If someone insults you, remember, it is your opinion that makes you hurt. Remove the opinion, and the insult means nothing." The next time someone insults you, try this mental shift. Instead of asking, "Why did they say this about me?" ask, "What does this say about them?" Suddenly, the weight of the insult shifts back where it belongs. It no longer sits on your shoulders. Remember, an insult is a gift you don't have to accept. If you don't pick it up, it stays with the one who offered it. Lesson 6. The power of non-reaction. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. When someone insults you, your instinct is to snap back. When someone provokes you, your first reaction is to fire with fire. But this is exactly what they want, to pull you into their storm. The Stoics taught the opposite. Practice non-reaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Think about that. The best revenge is simply to rise above, to stay calm, to remain untouched. The next time you feel provoked, pause. Take one deep breath, then another. Let the emotion rise and watch it pass without action. You'll notice something extraordinary. Silence disarms conflict faster than words ever can. Your calm becomes your shield. Non-reaction is not weakness, it's power. Because when you remain still, no one controls you. Lesson 7. Train daily for inner peace. Emotional mastery isn't built in one moment. It's practice, daily practice. The Stoics reminded themselves every morning that life is fragile, that time is slipping away, that insults are small compared to the vastness of existence. They journaled, they reflected, they rehearsed adversity so that when it came, they were ready. Imagine a soldier training for battle. Every drill, every repetition makes them stronger. Stoic training is the same. Each insult, each annoyance, each test of patience is your training ground. And every time you choose calm instead of anger, you grow stronger. Every time you let go of offense, you sharpen your self-control. Until one day, the things that once bothered you don't even touch you anymore. Tonight, write down 3 moments from your day where you stayed calm, or where you could have. Reflect, learn, repeat tomorrow. Over time, this practice builds an unshakable calm. So remember, anger is not inevitable. Being bothered is not mandatory. You can choose calm. You can choose peace. You can choose to remain untouchable. The Stoics weren't perfect, but they left us a blueprint for freedom. And if you live these lessons, you'll discover a kind of power most people never taste. The power of being unbothered. And maybe that's the greatest freedom of all.